Hello, Bean. Bean, will you do the intro? Will you say welcome to the Unhinged Library?
Hello, everyone.
Hi! Welcome to the Unhinged Library.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Hallie.
It's nice to see you all again. How's everyone doing?
Wait for a response, even though we're just two people talking to a camera.
And microphones, yeah. Cricket, cricket, cricket.
Bean, would you like to meow right now? This would be an opportune time. She's not feeling it.
She's not feeling it. She'll be in the episode eventually. She always likes to come in and come about a little bit.
Yeah.
So today's episode is about the Spellshop.
Yes.
The Spellshop by, I don't know, Sarah.
Is it another Sarah? We like Sarah's.
I really do. I think it's another Sarah. I could be wrong.
It is Sarah Beth Durst.
Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Sarah Stan.
I don't know if anybody can see it because it's an iPad on a camera, but I tried.
We'll insert a picture somewhere.
Insert picture here. Okay.
So I feel like this is a new fall release, and I think this author's debut album, if I'm not mistaken.
Album.
Album. Oh my god. Yeah, album. Their album.
I want to say yes. I'll double check that.
Her debut novel. So I feel like maybe a lot of people don't know about this book and what it is, just because it's kind of newer. So it's about a girl. And...
Oh no, it's not her debut. She has other books. She has a lot of other books. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. You go, girl. You go.
You go, Sarah. So yes, it's about Keela. Yeah, that's her name. Keela. Mm-hmm. She is a librarian, and the library is on fire, and the emperor is dead, and she needs...
Because there's a rebellion.
Yep, there's a rebellion. So she needs to flee, and the place she decides to go is back to her home island where she was born and raised, and her parents left, and she brings some books with her from the library.
She brings something else with her. She brings a wonderful sentient spider plant named Kaz. I love him. Him and Meep were like a big enjoyment part of the book for me. Definitely.
I would say that for sure. I think at first I was like, oh, it actually is going to talk. Like, I mean, I knew it was a fantasy book, but I really didn't expect this.
She's blue.
Well, why is she the only blue one?
They describe other people as being other colors. I think she's some kind of troll creature.
But she says she's a human. They say in there that she's human. Here's my thing, though.
Maybe she's only part human.
I think they do some descriptions, but I think there's some that are lacking as well.
There are.
His, like Laurent's, like you really don't get a description of what he looks like. You just know he's huge, and his eyes are pretty much every single color of the rainbow.
Yeah.
So like some things like that, I was a little bit wanting more from the story, but I did like the book overall.
Yeah, I enjoyed the book. I thought it was a really good, like, cozy fantasy read. Mm-hmm. It's not spicy.
Nope.
But it didn't need to be. It was, like, delightful. Literally, I was reading this book on my break at work, and I just wanted to come home and grab my little cup of tea and grab Bean and a blanket and snuggle up and read. And that was literally the entire vibe I got from the book, was just, it's so cozy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I would give it a lot more like cozy cottage core than I would like fantasy. I think there's fantasy aspects, but I thought it was a good, fun fall read. It was easy to read, decently paced. Like,
I kind of love that it didn't fall into the chosen one trope either.
Yes.
Like, there is a rebellion happening, but that's like back burner. Mm-hmm. It's not... It's important, but, like, she is not the one who's going to fix it. And she doesn't want to be the one who fixes it. She just wanted to make sure her books were okay.
Yep. That's all she really, truly wanted. And then she kind of got forced into, like, doing the jam aspect so that way she could survive.
Well, she did the jam aspect to, like, sell the remedies because she got the spells from the books to, like, revive nature, which I love how, like, it's not like a conservation book, but like the idea of like preserving nature and like taking care of the environment was like a very heavy idea in the book, and it makes me happy.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that too, of like how like Kaz was like, oh no, this is going to be over here. You need to put the old growth into the back, and like talking about the different like things into the woods that they would do.
I love the cloud bears.
Yes, the cloud bears were different, but I liked them.
I loved it.
I was scared at first though.
Why?
I don't know if they were me bad bears.
No, they're cloud bears.
I was like,
how could a cloud bear be anything but delightful?
I mean, you never know. I'm always hesitant.
It was a cozy fantasy. The worst thing that happened was somebody lied about being an inspector.
And then the other dude that like no one liked from the town.
Yeah.
I don't even remember his name.
The old curmudgeon.
Yeah.
But like you have to have an old curmudgeon.
Yep. You do have to have that in like the story to make it a good story.
Well, like we're both from small towns. You have to have an old curmudgeon in a small town.
Just one? Just one?
We are not from the same small town, but
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually met through work at Hallie's last job and my current job still.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. You always do, but still.
You need the old curmudgeon.
And then like Meep. I like Meep. Kaz and Meep.
I don't even care if like they're I don't think they're a thing.
No, I don't think they're a thing, but I like how he's like so helpful. He's like, oh, this is what they're saying. And,
yeah, I like that he translates for Meep, but I also like that Meep just knows the English language by default and like will be helpful automatically.
And just says,
Meep. Yes, I freaking love Meep.
Meep stands.
Yes.
Yeah, I did enjoy that a lot. I mean, it was fun. It's not that I didn't read it. I think I would give it like a 3.75 4-star. Like,
I think I gave it 4.
Again, it wasn't bad, but it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like a lot of the aspects that it covered in the book, and like even how they added more conflict into it with like the storms and the shipwreck. I love how they described like the dragons, like the excess magic as like dragons in the storm. That was really cool. The mer horses. I am still intrigued as to what a mer horse looks like.
I feel like it's a big seahorse.
But no, they say it has 4 legs like a horse and then a tail. I can't picture it. Also, why don't the mermaids herd the mer horses? Why is Laurent the one doing it?
Yeah, he's the only one that does it.
But then we have a mermaid and her baby, but they have nothing to do with the mer horses except for helping them like get there when
and watching
there was
them have
troubles. Babies. Yeah. I love how they did the magic in the book too, because it wasn't just like, I'm just gonna point at you and say it's spell. It like had like, oh, I need ingredients and you have to put the paste on like this, and I liked how they did that.
And yeah, you're fresh foraging and making sure you have it. And like, I liked at first like how it went just from like Gila and then eventually to the Coven.
The Pinecone Coven?
Yep, the Pinecone Coven.
I liked it. I liked Edie. Edie was also one of my favorites. I like genuinely enjoyed Edie. I liked, who was the bakery?
Oh, Ren?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or no, that's the other, that was the inspector or whatever.
No. Bryn?
Bryn, I think, yeah, Bryn. I don't know. It might be Bryn.
Oh, I do have highlights. I have a bunch of highlights for this book. That's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I audiobooked this one. Just because I didn't have time to actually sit down and read it, which the audiobook was good. I enjoyed the audiobook.
I liked the scene when they went mer horse riding.
That was like a cute little intimate scene with them, and like not in the sense of like physical intimacy, but like the emotional intimacy, and that's what I thought you got a lot from their relationship in this book.
And like I like that it wasn't like immediately they're together.
Yep.
I loved that the Pinecone Coven were the ones to come in and be like, hey, you don't know his past. Like, I know you think you're going to be able to leave and he's just going to move on, but you don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
We know him, and there are reasons he's not going to do that.
Yep.
Like, he has remembered you to this point when you did leave. If you leave again, you are, like, this man is, his heart is in tatters, and you are going to leave it worse.
Yep. Like, the girl that he caught on the shore isn't the love of his life.
No.
It is you, girl.
She wasn't even there.
No.
But because you didn't ask, you didn't know.
And he's like, oh yeah, my wife here. Like,
Bryn.
Yeah. Bryn. And then the other one that was like the, not inspector or whatever, assistant guard or whatever. That one I think is like Ren.
Mm-hmm. I think
or
so.
Or something like that. Renok or...
Yeah. Renan or something. There were so many, like, good quotes about books in this book.
I did enjoy that, too, of, like, preserving books.
Well, like, most of my highlights are, like, just quotes about books.
Let's hear it.
Which I love that. The first one is, but I do know books, and that meant there's nothing she couldn't know eventually. That was the magic in of itself. Like, knowing, like, you can find a book for anything. Mm-hmm. There's books for literally everything.
Literally everything.
It's great.
Talking about the libraries, like last episode, like, there's books for anything and everything.
Yeah. The other one, good advice. All I need is some Good advice. All I need is some chlorophyll. Excellent. You'd look great in green. I just thought that was funny when, like, she was like, oh, I'll just live off of chlorophyll like you do. And he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Love that. I like little stupid...
Kaz.
I love little silly things. It makes me so happy. I can't lose books. I'd lose me. I felt that one in my soul.
Yep. I would.
Yeah.
I would. Books are, like, such a nice escape. I love reading, and, like, I'm getting to a point that I hate watching, like, Netflix and TV. I'll watch episodes, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather read a book. You're in a character's head more, and you're getting that different perspective that you're not always getting in digital media.
Yeah. And then books should be shared with everyone who wants to open their minds and hearts to them.
Agreed.
Yes. Yep.
Agreed. Any platform. That's why I also like the new, like, little libraries everyone does. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Oh, I have another one that I didn't realize because I scrolled too far up. I need a second.
Oh, it's a long one?
No, I'm just dumb.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It wasn't that she didn't like people. It was only that she liked books more. They didn't fuss or judge or mock or reject. They invited you in, fluffed up the pillows on the couch, offered you tea and toast, and shared their hearts with no expectations that you'd do anything more than absorb what they had to give.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that was, like, another part of, like, this cozy feel of the book is, like, as a reader, hearing a lot of validation of, like, preserving books and like appreciating a book.
It's a character that, like, understood our feeling inside.
Yep.
It was almost a fourth wall break.
Yeah. I feel like it's, like, a lot of, like, your found family in this book. Because, like, she found her community, she found her friends, her coven.
Well, because she was an orphan, so, like, she didn't have family.
Yeah, because her parents died after they moved to the city.
Well, essentially, Bryn, her, and Laurent were all essentially orphans. Bryn's storyline, like, broke my heart.
Yes. Of, like, her and her ex-wife, and, like, her family still trying to come and find her.
Like, it being, like, a Hatfield and McCoy situation, where it's just because the families hated each other. Mm-hmm. And, like, it was... that one, like, it hurt.
Yep.
I felt for that one. Laurent's... I didn't like Laurent's. I like Laurent, I understand it, but at the same time, I'm like, why?
It was textbook boyfriend, like...
Well, also, like, I like that the town and, like, Edie and, like, the older women in town acknowledge, like, we should have suspected something, but none of us thought anybody here would be capable of it, because it's very true. That is a very, like, true statement in a lot of those situations, and, like, it's just, the guilt that you got from Edie that she couldn't step in and save Laurent or his mother.
That's sad.
Yeah.
And then his dad just drifting out to sea and leaving him completely alone.
Which, like, it's the double edge where it's like, okay, at least the dad's not there to hurt him anymore, but at the same time, like, no, he's alone. Yeah. But he then found the herder. The herder dying bothered me more, because, like, that was, like, probably the first time he was actually, like, treated like a son, and with doing compassion. Something he liked doing with a father figure, and then he's just dead, like, 3 years later, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It was, like, really, really quick right after that.
And there's old grumpy curmudgeon just being a curmudgeon over there.
Yep. Every time he showed up, I'm like, you don't
I
need
liked
jam.
Ivan.
I did like Ivan.
I liked Ivan. I think Ivan was really cool. Because I love that they, like, mentioned, like, oh yeah, there's, like, a guy here with antlers. You may want to, like, widen your door frame. And then she's like, why would I do that? And then you find out, like, he's this little skinny guy with these giant antlers. I love that.
He swooped down and he has magic.
Yeah. And, like, that's the thing I didn't also get was, like, I understand they outlawed essential, like, spells and things, but, like, if there's a natural magic user, are you supposed to turn them over to that government as well? That's what I was unclear of. Because, like, Ivan, it seems like he's just, like, a natural, like, magical being, and not necessarily that he's using spells. He could be. I could be wrong. But that's not the impression I got.
It wasn't the impression I got, because I feel like he would have did more for the community as well.
Yeah.
Because one...
Unless he knew he couldn't, because it would draw too much attention.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
But, like, the government had to know he was a healer, at least, because, like, they're not sending a sorcerer to heal people all the time, and somebody's doing it.
Unless they just don't care.
They obviously didn't care. They got overthrown.
Yeah, by who? Like, that you don't get any on. Which, again, like...
You get enough on. They burnt down the library. They threw the king over the edge of the castle.
Yeah, which Keela just somehow sees.
She did. I don't know if she saw it or she just... Maybe she saw it while she was sailing away.
Because I thought she said she's seen it, and then that's when the library started on fire after that. But either way, like...
No, because the library was on fire because Cass sensed the fire, and that was the other thing that bothered her, was none of the other librarians told her. Like, they all evacuated, and nobody told her. Which, that bothered me.
Yeah.
Like, I know they said, like, she didn't go out of her way to talk to people, and, like, she wasn't the most friendly. But it's like, you're really going to leave somebody to burn in a
building
full of paper?
Okay, like, the plants I get, like Kaz, like, I love Kaz, but, like, I get you not picking up the spider plant.
Oh, his backstory, too, when he actually talks about his creator, like...
And, like, her, and, like, how much she loved him.
And the fact that she purposely, like, it was painted as an accident. No, she purposefully created him because she was that moment. And she just wanted a friend. And it's like... Why aren't these librarians talking to each other? You have a common ground
to talk about.
That is what you need to make friends, is a common ground. You have that. It's built in. How many people don't talk to their coworkers? Like, I don't know. Most people I know, like, their friends are their coworkers. Or, like, they're like, adult friendships. You just make friends with your coworkers.
So do you have friends in your new job yet?
I've only been there for 3 weeks. There's people I like. I don't dislike anybody.
We gotta make friends still.
I'm trying. I am talking about books more.
That's good.
There you go.
Book friends. We love book friends. Book friends are fun, because then, like, you can, like, talk about your experiences with it, your different opinions.
Yeah. Also, like, I just don't have friends in my building. I mean, I have friends at that company. They're just in the big building. I'm in the little building.
Are you in the little building?
And I like the little building. It's quieter.
I was going to say, well, yeah, it's not as chaotic.
Yeah, it's nice.
You get to read, and...
I get such a long lunch break to read now.
That's gotta be nice. Oh, it depends. Sometimes I've been reading. The service out here just stinks. So, like, you just can't get anything if it's not already downloaded on your phone. Or on your Kindle.
Yeah.
Depending if I have my Kindle that day. That just depends. Sometimes I read on, like, iBooks.
I just don't... It's not good for your eyeballs.
What's the difference between reading a Kindle and iBooks?
You see that nice matte screen?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a blue light.
I have blue light glasses.
Doesn't help your eyes.
I already got 4 of them. So.
I do too. I just actually don't know where my non-blue light glasses are at the moment.
Oh, yeah, because they show up weird.
Yeah. Well, because I lost my one pair.
The glittery ones?
We need to get... No, the glittery ones are blue light glasses, but we are way off topic right now.
Intro to the show. We are way off topic right now.
Yeah.
Spellshop. I mean, overall, I think it's good. It's a good, fun fall read.
Yeah, it's, again, the fall vibes are amazing. It's just so cozy. I wanted to make jam. I wanted to buy plants, and, like, despite my lovely plants right there, I do not have a green thumb. I try. I'm just not good at it. I need things that can bug me to keep them alive. Like Bean.
Yeah. Hello, Bean.
Bean demands that her needs are met. And that works for me, because object permanence is a thing. If I set it down, I forget it exists. So plants are not great for me.
Yeah, I kind of drown my succulents too much. So Wayne is in charge of watering the plants now.
Yeah.
He has a good green thumb. We got a lot of plants at the house, but let's not act like they're these thumbs doing it, because it's not these thumbs. Good job, Bean. Knocked everything over. I think, though, with this book, don't expect, like, a huge fantasy read. Like, it's more of, like, a cozy read. It's a quick read. I don't think there's going to be a second book. I think this is going to be, like, a standalone book.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a standalone. I mean, it's open-ended enough that they could, because we know, like, there's things going on in the main continent.
But it could open
I also like a standalone. There's
think
not enough standalones.
Like, it's okay to write standalone books.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, like, there are standalone books, but they're still in a series. Like, yes, it is a standalone book. Like, I just look at your shelf of, like, Twisted. Again, they're all standalone books in a sense, but they're still a series. Like, just...
Yeah. I like that, though. That makes me happy. Because it's less pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I sometimes don't want to read, like, big, long series. Because I'm just like, this is going to take so much of my life.
A lot of commitment. Like, again, like, when you decide to, like, Harry Potter, I've been pushing off Harry Potter for a while because it's 8 books. Or, no, 7.
I've read a series that's, like, I think at book 24.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
But, like, I started it, like, back in, like, 2019? Right before the pandemic. Because I reread a lot of them during the lockdown. I'm going to say something controversial.
Okay, I have another question after that.
I would not mind another lockdown simply for my TBR.
Yeah. Agree. Totally agree.
I don't want one.
Yeah, I don't want to be locked down again, but I'm not saying it wouldn't be semi-beneficial in the same sense.
Like, I could make it work. I don't want to make it work, but I could make it work.
I mean, I could do a lot of things at, like, home, in the sense. Like, I deep clean my house so well during lockdown. Now, my question for you, when a new book comes out, like in that series specifically, too.
The 24-book series.
Yeah, the 24-book series. Do you reread every book?
So, because it's like, I don't really have to, because they are focused on specific couples. So, like, unless I know it's going along, like, the one that just came out, there's one that came out this month for it, and I just haven't had a chance to sit down and read it yet. It's a new couple starting. So I don't really have to go reread the old ones, because, like, I know their story. I know they are going to tie in, but it's not focused on them, where, like, this is probably getting a second book. So when the second book comes out, I may go back and reread the first book for this couple then, so that, like, I remember. Because, like, certain couples, too, have, like, more to their story and, like, have, like, a longer, like, it's almost like mini-series inside this overall arcing series. Because, like, there's, like, 2 or 3 couples that have 3 books, and then there's one couple that, like, there are so many, like, mentions of them that when it finally gets to their book, you're like, okay, I know it's them. But, like, I also know the little tidbits of information before.
Do you reread, like, say, like, ACOTAR or, like, Crescent City? Do you reread when those come out?
So, when House of Flame and Shadow came out, I did reread, I didn't reread ACOTAR before it. I think I reread Silver Flames, because that was the last ACOTAR book, so I figured that would be, like, the most pertinent. And then, I did reread the other Crescent City books. And you remember that, because I spent at least, I would give myself 2 hours out of my seat at work bothering you in that period of time.
Probably.
Which, in a 40-hour week, isn't a long time, but I could have been doing things.
I mean, again, I contributed to the situation, so I'm not going to act like I wasn't a guilty party. Because I was conversing. Because I waited to read that for the first time until closer to 3 came out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to read.
Because then you were asking me questions, too, to, like, clarify things. And I'm just like, but this is why it matters!
Because, like, I don't know. I'm a person that rereads before the next book comes out. For the most part. I do, like, I forget that one book that we read the one time, or you read, that had, like, a blurb that told you about the first book beforehand. It was, like, the second book in a series. And it gave you, like,
Oh! City of Mirth and Malice.
Yes.
Did it for... So, the first book was House of Bane and Blood. We should cover that. That's a really good book. It's a duology, so it's easy. Those were great. I really liked those, and I liked that, like, that second book gave you, like, oh, hey, these are the events after this happened, just in case you forgot. Because I read House of Pain and Blood pretty early, and I waited a little bit for Mirth and Malice to come out. So, like, I remember most of it, but there were things I just didn't pick up on. I'm thinking about how much stuff I forget.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's why I also started trying to do, like, a notes app.
Overall thoughts for this book. I genuinely enjoyed it. It was different from what I usually read, because it wasn't, like, an epic, like, battle-driven fantasy. It was so cozy and nice, and it was just, like, refreshing. Like, it kind of reset my brain, because, like, I wasn't dreading, like, oh, there's 100 pages left, like, who's gonna die?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, everything can actually be okay sometimes, and that's awesome.
Yeah. It's nice not to be, like, stressed. Like, not that I don't like a high pace, high fantasy, like, stressful environment, but it's good to, like, palate cleanse.
Yeah.
And just, like, read something refreshing. The only thing I had to, like, really worry about was, like, the mare babies.
Yeah, the mare babies, the more horses giving birth, and, like, was the actual, like, inspector guy from the continent gonna, like, come back after the storm?
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm glad they, like, just let that be, kind of. They're like, oh, the storm magically changed to just flower blossoms falling out of the sky. How crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So wild.
He's like, I hope she's never found.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it. Like, I felt like it wrapped up the story good. I feel like there was enough development throughout the story for each character. Like, I really liked that found family feel of this book. Yes. I think that's, like, one of my favorite feels of this.
Yeah.
Is, like, I do like that preservation and, like, the homey, like, we're making jam, we're making croissants and like, biscuits with jam, whatever. But I do just like that, like, warm feel.
And did you notice, like, even in the friendships, there was no jealousy in these friendships. Like, we see it a lot in books, too, where, like, there's always, like, the one, like, kind of jealous friend, or, like, the one that's kind of, like, sus. But, like, there wasn't.
No. Everyone was, like, very genuine. The whole town was. Like, all the friends were. Like, it was fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Good, fun fall read. Even, like, for the winter, it'd, like, be, like, a nice, like, cozy read.
It's just genuinely cozy. Like, it's spring, too, with all the things growing and, like, all the plants.
Yeah, like, if you're, like, looking for a book that's just, like, nice and easy, it's a quick read.
It's good, like, fluff.
It was, I think it was like a 12-hour audiobook, so it's not long.
It's like 300 and something pages.
Yeah, so like, it's quick. And it's cute. I haven't seen the sprayed edges, so I don't know if they're like good sprayed edges or not, but.
The lavender, they're pretty. I like them. If anybody wants to know how to break it down and have it read in a week, if you read 54 pages a day, you'll have it done in 7 days.
In case you didn't know.
I sometimes have to break books down so that I like have a reading goal each day.
Is it only for your reading goal, or is it like also to like try to keep the?
It's to keep me on track with it so that I don't want to have a day where I only like read 2 pages, because it's like I like taking that time for myself. So like we're covering Done and Dusted at some point, so like that's the book I'm trying to read right now, and it's like I have to do, I think it's like 71 pages to have it done in 5 days. So I give myself 5 days, because that way like this weekend I can just like start something else.
Yeah.
So
that's actually when I'm probably going to start Done and Dusted.
This weekend?
Yeah.
It can be done in 5 days if you read 71 pages a day.
Well, we'll see what kind of like maniacal mood I'm in this weekend, and I might like crush it in 2 or 3, or I might not. We'll just kind of see. I do have to finish that one video, and then it'll be good. And then I'll start editing these videos so we can post. Hopefully
So
you guys will
exciting.
already have possibly watched one of the first videos. We'll see.
Don't roast us too much. We're like actual people. Please be nice.
Yeah, we just wanted to make book friends. It's okay to read what you want to read. We all don't have to like the same things.
Yeah.
It's a welcoming environment. And we're here to like hear your opinions on it. Like, why do you like certain books that maybe we don't like, or why do you dislike books that we've liked? So I'd like to hear your opinions.
What are your unhinged theories on books? I love unhinged theories. Yes. Please tell me them. I will stay up thinking about them way too late. How many times have you woken up for work and it's like 4 a.m. when we wake up and there's already a message about me just ranting about something that does not matter at all?
And Wayne will be like, who are you already texting? And I'm like, Haley. Like, we're already going off about books, just don't worry about it. Like,
yeah, it's literally, the first thought is probably just books. Yep.
That's what it should be. Books are a good escape.
They are.
They're a good escape.
Yeah. You can take them anywhere. Go read outside. Get some sunlight. Yes. Sunlight's good for you.
Like, I was down by the water and there's the hammocks down there, and I was like, ooh, I wish I had my Kindle with me. But I was on a walk.
You don't take your Kindle on walks?
The walk with Wayne, I knew it wasn't going to be like a stop and I get to chill walk. It was going to be like, what's over there? Let's go over there. What's over there? Ooh, let's go here.
Fair.
I mean, the ADHD is always around, so like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was nice hanging with everyone.
Yeah, good seeing everybody again.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. I love teas that can like seamlessly turn into iced teas, because I also forget about my beverages and then it's not hot anymore, and it's still like a delightful iced tea.
It's a nice tea.